Okay, so hello everybody. Thank you for joining us. My name is Adam Ayash. I'm the co-founder of the Q Society. Uh, I'm with a member of the Q Society. Not all. We have also our co-founder in this webinar. Hello, Ariel. How are you?
Hello, everyone. Nice to meet you. Thank you, Benoit, for giving us this opportunity.
Yeah, thank you, Benoit. So now we will move on about the subjects. The main topic we will talk about is how to find a job in the Web3 industry. And Benoit Kouleza, who is one of the main key elements in this field in France, has two companies. He's the co-founder of two companies, Good Hive and Web3 Talent Fair. Ouais, ça va trop bien. Sorry. And sorry for this interruption. Um, um, yeah, so Good Hive and with Web3 Talent Fair are two main players in that field, which they aim to capture the main elements in this industry. Hello, Benoit, how are you?
Hello, Adam. Hello, Ari. Thank you for inviting me. I'm very, very happy to be there and to share some of the knowledge I have about the market and to help you guys to step up into that field. That is an incredible field where there's so much innovation, enthusiasm, passion, and which has such a big potential to change the world. So yeah, so today we're going to talk about the Web3 Job Hunt. So we're going to discuss different strategies to come on the job market to find a job in the Web3. We will start with some point about the market itself, how the number of jobs will be impacted, what is the number of jobs now, and how it will be impacted with the future trends of and the growth of the market. And then we will dig into the different point of access to the job market of the Web3. And to finish, I will present you Good Hive, which is a good summary of the different possibilities to work in the field. So, but to begin with, I'd like to know. Well, I know you're a community of passionate of Web3, but we never know. You know, sometimes we're talking about crypto market, the trading, all of that, and at the end of the day, we don't really know what is crypto, what is the blockchain. So that would be my first point. Would be to talk about the blockchain. So what is it? So according to excuse me. Yeah, according to John Oliver, the crypto is everything you don't understand about money combined with everything you don't understand about computers. So it's a good way to start with. This guy is always making some fun out of new technologies, and I strongly recommend you to watch the video of that guy introducing what is cryptocurrencies. So you will find it on the presentation that I will share with you at the end of the talk. It's just clicking on this link will drive you to that presentation. But okay, so to make it more like to be more in what is actually the blockchain. So when I was I remember in 27, 28, there was a huge financial crisis going on. Everybody were quite scared about what was happening because a few bankers who were supposed to centralize our money and to make the best out of it for us, they played with the so-called subprimes, and they provoke a huge crisis in the street. The newspaper were announcing the end of the world. I mean, for them, it was a crisis that would be more important than the Black Thursday of 1929. So everybody was in that bad mood, everybody was quite scared about what was happening next with our finance, with our banking system, and overall, that was not a good mood. So that's about at that time that the so-called Satoshi Nakamoto came up, and he was someone who came from a crypto anarchy background. So the idea is that with the Bitcoin that he started to develop and release in 2008 or 2009, he developed a system that was dealing with the transfer of value without any third parties. And this is completely revolutionary because it's solving the double spending problem. So if you are familiar with the peer-to-peer exchange, when you share some music on internet, you keep the music that you are sharing, and everybody is going to copy your piece of music. But with the blockchain, we finally are able to get to share the value that we create without keeping it ourselves. If I send you $2, it will disappear from my wallet and it will go into your wallet. And that's the main problem that the blockchain has been solving thanks to the Bitcoin. Moreover, it's transparent. So that means that it's completely auditable. It's very hard to fraud with it because you will leave all the trace on the blockchain. So frauding with the values that are transferred through the blockchain, it's a bad idea because one day or another we will find out. It's decentralized, so that means there is no centralized authority that controls the blockchain. It's everybody can enter into the securization of the blockchain. And in this way, that's a kind of the end of the banking system as we have known it so far. So as I say, it's transparent and the records are immutable. So that means it will be there all along the lifetime of the blockchain. And finally, what really triggers me, because I didn't enter the space in 2009, unfortunately. Myself, I've entered the space more like when I started to hear about the smart contracts. And the smart contract is a very big revolution as well, because since it's been invented through the Ethereum proposal, you are able to run contracts directly on the blockchain, stating that if you do one action, you will have this reward, and it's automatically executed. And that is also a big game changer that you have to have in mind to understand the potential of the blockchain. So if you want to go deeper in what exactly is a blockchain, there is a very interesting document on internet. It's a video. I attach also the link here. Globally, what we can say, so I just show you the actual video. So it's on YouTube. It's Anders' demonstration of what is blockchain. And globally, what we can say to summarize it, it's the idea is that it's a unique hash key that will summarize one block. So any information in that block will end into one hash key. If you change just a comma in the hash key in the block, the hash key will change. And when you are chaining blocks together, every time you release a new block, the new block is embedding the hash keys from the previous block. So it makes it impossible to change a block with the community not noticing it. Finally, there is a consensus mechanism that enables the different blocks to be chained together through the mining mechanism and the consensus mechanism. So this is a very interesting video. I highly recommend you to have a look at it if there's still some stuff not clear about how the blockchain works. Okay, so now that we made it clear, yeah.
Yeah, but can you like sum up you like your journey? So how you enter into your crypto journey for the first time?
Sure.
Yeah, to our audience.
Sure.
Interesting.
Yeah. So my main well, I've been an entrepreneur for the last 10 years. My main interest when I started my entrepreneurial journey was to develop the sharing economy business. So I've been reading something about a famous writer. I forgot the name here, but really the vision of the sharing economy was completely new for me, and that was very. I saw it as a very good way to have a better sharing of value across the society. It's also a great way to improve our impact on the environment, since the idea is to share, to have some common, and to share it to the many. And it's different than communism. Because it's for profit. Most of it is for profit. So it's combining the new a new approach to the economy, and in that way I was very interested into it.
Okay.
So my first startup was about car sharing. We had a platform, and we were looking for a way to share the value that was created on the platform with the one who were creating value on the platform. And those were the one who were sharing their own car. But with the equity system, so to share the equity of the platform as a reward to everyone who was renting his car, it was very difficult. I mean, in terms of regulation, in terms of perceived value, all of that was very difficult, and that wasn't working very well with a pure equity-based reward system. But when we heard about the DAO, that was the first big project run on the Ethereum ecosystem, Then it made a click on a declick on. I understood how this could be used in a way to spread the value across the community. And that's how I entered the space. So since 2017, I've been completely full in. I've been a recruiter first in this space, and I've been developing a job fair to allow all passionate people to meet some recruiting companies. And now I'm releasing Good Hive, which is a collaborative recruitment platform that I will showcase later on. But to begin with, I'd like to talk about the market and trend. I think that we are all there for that.
Yeah.
We are all here for that. And the first thing is I want to showcase the evolution of the market since I came in 2017. So the first thing is that you can see that every 4 years there is a big growth in the value of the market. That what we call the bull runs. Just for example, in the second bull run I've been attending to, the value of the market was multiplied by 16. And now we are more like in a bear market, but we can see that in the last year the market has been increased by more than 100%. So it might be what we call the beginning of the new bull run, knowing that last year there was like $6.3 billion raised by startups on the ecosystem, which is quite low compared to the previous year. That we had the account abstraction that were launched during that year. So the account abstraction is very interesting for mass adoption because it's a system that would hide the complexity of blockchain to the many, and so it's a very good thing that will flourish this year, and that might push the bull run forward. Two last thing is that there's a Bitcoin ETF operating since a few days. This ETF will bring a lot of liquidity in the ecosystem and should also contribute to the bull run. And there's a halving, so it's like every 4 years. So we are right in the good timing. Next year in April, this year in April will be the halving. So why I say that is that in the same time we see that there is a soaring at all-time high in the installation of wallet SDK. So if you look at the year-to-year growth, we are like almost 200% growth of wallet SDK install. So it's a very good sign to see the fact that there's more and more developers who are in the field, and more users who are installing the decentralized wallet in the space. Similarly, we can see that there's a huge growth. This time it's like more than 1,000% year-to-year growth on the deployment of EVM contract on the different layers. So Ethereum and its layer 2's blockchain. So that's also a huge, a very good signal for the ecosystem, because that means that there's more and more adoption, more and more entrepreneurs who are developing some project on it. And with all this value, all this energy, the ecosystem, I think, is about to meet some all-time highs in terms of value. So if we have a closer look at the number of developers, so we can see that there was a huge increase in the number of monthly active developers on GitHub. And that's also a very good sign to see that the community of developers is active, since they are the one building the future application and the future growth of the ecosystem. If you have a look at the repartition of developers, we can see that the two main countries or two main areas where the developers are the most active on GitHub, once again, so it's only on GitHub, is US and Europe. But we can see that all the world is concerned by the development of the blockchain. Okay, so now let's dig into the split of the breakdown of the roles and salaries in the ecosystem. So you can see that there's a bit more than 40% of the jobs were concerning the engineering role, but not only. So that means that there's a large portion which is also dedicated to marketing, business development, design, legal, and community management, all of that. So we often tend to think that blockchain jobs is mostly for IT people, and this is true in the way that IT people are the one where there's a more scarcity of skills. I mean, it's where there is a bigger shortage, but there are demand for all kind of jobs in the ecosystem, and every jobs, in fact, there's a shortage because there's not enough people experience on those different jobs. So if you see the salaries, so it's an average done on Crypto Job List. So Crypto Job List, you will see it later. It's one of the main job board on internet, specialized on the Web3 jobs. So you can see that the most rewarded jobs are, of course, engineers, but right below you can find legal, marketing, and all kind of different jobs. And well, you can see that it's pretty well paid jobs, and it's quite interesting to get there for both the money you can get from the ecosystem, but also because it's full of passion, and it's really if you are in quest of value, or if you're a quest of doing something that is bigger than you, then it's really interesting to be in that space. So to summarize the information that we just saw, and to make some kind of estimate about the global market size, we have researched the market size of the Web3 job market, and we estimate that there is around 230,000 jobs in the space, of which 90,000 jobs are dedicated to developers. And as we have seen with the figure on GitHub, there is a limited pool of talent to that are employable in those jobs. If you look at the last bull run, in the 3 years that took the bull run between 2021 and 2020, the end of 2022, the number of jobs have been multiplied by 8. So it's like really huge. And we believe that the next bull run, it will be the same process coming on. Every time there's a bull run, there's more investment coming in. There's more needs to hire people in the startups, in the different in all area of the ecosystem. And the latest study,
Okay,
yes.
sorry. No, I had one interesting question. With all the narratives that may come with, for example, the zero knowledge proof or all the narratives, also the metaverse, etc. So do you think that new jobs, new offers that you didn't mention in the other slides will come up that like mankind have never seen before, like new
Yeah,
jobs?
probably. And we already have seen it, like with Axie Infinities. There was a big game running during the last bull run. We could see some people who were just playing. They were making more money playing their character in the video game than doing their actual job. So especially there was a lot of people in Philippines playing that game because they were making like twice as much as they could do with a 9-to-5 job. So
Yeah. Okay.
yeah. So this is an example of what can arrive, what can happen in the future. But I think it's a bit of different tracks. This is a video game industry, even though there's a lot of connection with the blockchain industry, especially for the ability to transfer value. Well, my focus is more on the more traditional job there.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Even
So
in the
one last thing about the market is that it's expected to grow at a 70% rate until the end of the decade, which will bring the matching fees that are today paid on that market for companies to be matched with the right talents. So they will pay some fees to recruiters to get matched to the right talent. This year it was $1 billion, and it's expected to reach like 37 billion by the end of the decade. So you must think you want to be part of that market, and there is different access point of access to get there. So the first one, and that's the one I've been using myself, is Web3 events. I'm talking about that because that's really the best way to be connected with the ecosystem is to participate to those events. That's where you will see the vibe. That's really important to feel the vibes by yourself with the builders. You will meet builders and others passionate about the Web3. You will know what are the latest trends. And that's also a very good way to network and to find out about open positions and be hired. So I've listed like the 3 main events that I really recommend. There's a ETHCC. It's happening every year in Paris. This is the Ethereum Community Conference. There's the Dev Connect. So there was an edition. It's a relatively new event. There was an edition, the last one in Istanbul, and it is still more or less the Ethereum community, but it's more about builders, and there's a lot of hackathon going on, this kind of stuff. It's really interesting to be part of it. And the DevCon. So the DevCon is the original event developed by Vitalik Buterin for the Ethereum conference. I know that there are some, for all of these events, there are some special tickets for students, as long as you ask them soon enough. The next DevCon will be in Thailand, so it's quite a good place, and I strongly advise you to get there. It's one of the best conferences in the world. You have on another aspect, you have the job fairs. So you have one happening in next April within the Paris Blockchain Week. This is the talent fair from Ubiki and Paris Blockchain Week. So that's a very good way to be in touch with companies who are recruiting. And you have the Web3 Talent Fair, which is the event we are organizing, and we organize it during the HCC week every year. So it's happening in July, and it's also a great moment to meet other talent, but most importantly, some companies who are recruiting. Just to finish with that, so the Paris Blockchain Week is happening in April. It's also one of the major yearly events, and you can have some pretty affordable tickets, if not free, to get there as a student. So I strongly recommend you to get there, because there's also a lot of companies from all over the world coming in. If you want to have like I think another way with event as a not as big, but who are like weekly or monthly, you have some communities. Usually it's happening in every big cities. There are some crypto communities, but the one in France who are the most well known are DeFi France. So it's really interesting if you want to dig in the DeFi protocols and to meet other passionate about it. You have Ethereum France. They are making some of the best, most qualitative event in the ecosystem, and it's very general about the different things happening, and that's also a place where you will meet some good fellows, builders, all of that. You have GG Crypto. GG Crypto is becoming the largest community now, and you have a lot of entrepreneurs there and a lot of passionate. It's coming very regularly. So just get in. It's easy, and you will have fun. And the last one is the Arch. That is another community, Parisian community that you will find on Discord, and who have a few events also in real life. And I should not forget Web3 Talent Fair, which is last but not least, since we are organizing events like every month. The next one will be on February 6th, that we organize in coordination with Ethereum France, and that will talk about working in the DAO environment with the fiscal, the tax, the legal issues, all of that talked about with a panel of experts on the subject. Okay, so the next important thing, if you want to work in the space, is the training. The more the fastest way to be ready and employable in that field is to train, to get trained with an organism. So we have like here I've listed a few training partners. So you have Alira, in France. It's the first one who released a training session that was dedicated to the blockchain. It's very practical, so it's quite interesting. Same for Blockchain Business School and MetaSurf, who are all very practical. They have a very straightforward approach. And well, if you want to be operational, I really recommend those training. You have, of course, for developers, for product manager, if you want to dig in DeFi, and it can partially be found by public bodies. And I put the MIT since that's what I use to enter into the ecosystem as well. I got trained with the MIT Management Executive Education. It was a 10-week program. So it's not as practical than the previous one, but it's quite interesting to get the name MIT. It's always something good on your resume, and to have a larger view of the ecosystem in a very short time. Okay, so once you're trained, or even if you're not trained actually, because it's open to everybody, you can enter some quest. So this is the easiest and fastest way to come into the ecosystem. There is two main actors. There's Zilli, they are French, and the quest is it's released by all kind of companies who goes on Zilli or Galaxy, and they will ask you for create a post on your LinkedIn or on your Twitter, sending the information to your friends. Well, it's all kind of simple quests that can help you to gain experience point, and at the end of the game you can earn some stuff that are released that as a reward. Like, so it can be either NFTs or goodies, or to be to enter into the airdrop list, or to be whitelisted, and even sometimes some money directly that you can receive completing the quest. So this is the first easy way to get involved. You can do that on top of your student responsibilities. It's usually there's a lot of quests quite easy to handle.
And there's also like Rabbit. This is a website where you can. I will put on the chat.
Interesting. All right. Then you have the bounties. So the bounties is it's a step above. So you have DWork, Buildbox, Immunify, Aken, who are releasing some bounties. It can reach up to several $1 million. So it's well, you can make your life out of it. It's but they can be much harder in this way. Especially if you take some bounties with Aken, that means that you will have to look for some security vulnerabilities, or there are some bug bounties. So it's more for IT guys who will dig into the code to make sure that it's bulletproof in terms of security. And in this way, well, you can make a lot of money this way. But there's also some other bounties, like myself, I've been involved in translating a document from English to French, or making a vocal record of a document in English to French. There's all kind of tasks where you can gain from a few dollars to millions of dollars. and that are available on those sites. I think it's interesting to try it just to have a global knowledge of the ecosystem, what is happening there, and maybe you will find also some very interesting bounties that would fit with what you want to do. The next level is hackathon. So going into hackathon is a very good way to get hands on the ecosystem. That's how you can create your own business, because there's a lot of business who were started through a hackathon, but it's also a way where you will meet other talent, work with them, so gain experience and hands on the ecosystem. And there's often a lot of recruiters who are there around the tables in the hackathon to identify the best recruit possible. So on top of that, on the hackathon, there's many hackathons happening every year. Here are the three main ones that are happening in France. So you have Ethereum Global is all over the world. And in France, you have the HEC Web3 Hackathon and the Paris Blockchain Week Hackathon, which is happening pretty soon, so in next April. That's a way to get hands-on, but also to earn money. So I highly recommend you to do one of those. I put the HEC Paris Hackathon because I thought you are ASCP and you don't have yet an hackathon. This is something that you can do to have a better exposure of your school to the market. It's something we can work on if you want, and well, that would be quite interesting if you had the ESCP hackathon in the next coming year.
Great. Yeah.
Okay, so then you have some on-chain jobs. So on-chain jobs, it will be like basically mining or staking on protocol. So when you mine the Bitcoin, well, you have some rewards. You can making a job for you. You can also go on DeFi. On DeFi, there's a lot of rewards that are given to a liquidity provider if you're lending some money, if you're all kind of staking. And then you have the collaborative DAOs. So the first one I've been in touch with was Kleros. Kleros is a decentralized justice protocol. And the idea is there that you stake some PNT or their native cryptocurrency to become a juror. And once you are selected, you have to judge on the conflict who is right or who is wrong. So there's a game mechanism that is involved there. And in fact, you're working as a juror in this DAO, and you can earn money out of it. So, and finally, we have Good Hive. Good Hive is a bit similar process, but it's more like specialized on the recruitment. So if you are like creating a shortlist for a client or mentoring talent to perform to the client, then you can earn quite a good amount of money. But we will talk about it later. So after that, there is a more traditional job channels. I listed there the two biggest crypto job list. So there is crypto job list is the biggest one. And then blockchain headhunter, which is the second biggest one. And there's a lot of other one who are like listing the jobs that you can find. So just for crypto job list, I think there's like 12,000 open positions at the moment, something like that. it's a good way to find out who's recruiting in the space. But you can also go make yourself known to job hunters. So that would be like in France, you have Tech Talent who is doing that job. There are recruiters for the ecosystem. And you have also the Web3 specialized Web3 recruiter, so which is GoodHive. GoodHive is a bit like a mix in between a job list, a recruiter, and a freelancing platform. Also, the Web3 communities that we have been talking about, like just here. So here you have DeFi France, Ethereum France, GG Crypto, ZR. They all have a job channel on their Discord, and it's also a good way to find some jobs. Is to look at their where are the jobs there. Finally, if you want to create your own job and give you the best chance to succeed, I recommend to join an incubator or an accelerator. They will mentor you. They will help you to structure your project, your team, your fundraising, and you can get from up to a few $100,000 of grant or equity thanks to those guys. So the most well-known are Outliers Ventures and Consensus Mesh. You will find also in a more community way, you will have a Seed Club and Alliance DAO, who are international community-driven incubators. And in France, you will find Atka, which is a startup in Paris, who is also involved in the incubation business. You have Cube3 and Pirate Labs, who are all like providing some pretty good incubation services. If you are more interested into the Middle East, you can find Hub 71 in Abu Dhabi, and they provide some grants of $100,000 if you are selected. So it's quite interesting in that way. Finally, you have access to also, once you have your startup, once you have something that makes sense and you have a few market proof, you can ask for grants. So the grants are some money distributed by some protocols or DAOs. Here are the main one, but there's a lot of it. So the first one is Gitcoin. So the Gitcoin grants is quite interesting because you can involve your community in the grants. The idea is that you ask your community to contribute to your grant, and then the Gitcoin sponsors, who are like actors from the ecosystem, will match what you have successfully raised with their own money. And the idea is that you can raise from a few hundred to sometimes a few $100,000 on Gitcoin. With Ethereum Foundation, Avalanche Foundation, it will be more for the core infrastructure R&D project, but it can also be sometimes for the adoption. So if you have a project that is interesting for them in boosting the adoption of the protocol, they can grant you from some money, and it can go from a few tens of dollars to millions of dollars. And in a more specific way, you have Aave Grants DAO. So Aave DAO is is working for the protocol Aave. So it's more like a DeFi lending protocol. And if you have some project in this field, then that's also a good idea to go to them. Okay, so now I will try to be very brief there. We have seen all the different ways to enter the space, and I want to introduce GoodHive, which is in a way a good summary of a few of the ways that we have discussed about. So GoodHive is a collaborative recruitment platform. The idea is that we have a growing market, where the main pain point of that market is the scarcity, the shortage in talent, and we are creating a platform dedicated to IT talent of the Web3. But to begin with, we have started with the Web3 Talent Fair, which has enabled us to bring together hundreds of passionate talent from the ecosystem, with tens of among the biggest companies in the world in the ecosystem. So to benefit from those network and to make a leverage on it, the network of clients and talents, we are launching GoodHive. So GoodHive is a collaborative recruitment platform. The idea is to empower talent. So how we do that is that as Upwork or Malt, who are like some kind of freelancing platform, we charge a fee to the client for the matching. But this fee is completely given back to the community in exchange of their involvement into the actual work to create collaborative matching and mentoring for the benefit of the client. So we are the only one to do it for now in the ecosystem. And we do that because we believe that in a context of war for talent, that's the best way to retain and to gain the preference of talent is to share the value that we are creating with them, and to give them some extra flow of revenues. So you must think how we can make profit if we redistribute entirely the commission, the fees. So the idea is that on the first stage, we are going to be ourselves either a talent, either a recruiter or mentor. So we will get the reward from dedicated to those jobs. But on the latter stage, as the community will grow, we will release a token. And the idea of the token is that it will be the medium in between the commission paid by the client in fiat and the community that will receive that token as a reward for their excellence and their commitment to the jobs that are given by the client. So this is the magic of Web3, and I really want you to understand how this is possible. We are creating a new dimension in the business model, releasing that token. That it will the fact that we're releasing that token enable us to give back all the value that is created through the platform to the community. and it wouldn't be possible without a token to do that. So yeah. So if I will dig here a bit more in details about how it works. So if you're a client, you deposit a mission on our protocol, and there you will have a choice as the client in between 3 options. So you can just select a talent by yourself and recruit him by yourself, sorry. And then you will have to pay just 10% commission. But if you want the help of a recruiter or a mentor, which are optional, then you will pay 8% more for the recruiter, who will provide you with a shortlist and help you to recruit, and 12% more for a mentor, who will be there to assess the technical skills of the talent before the mission start, and mentor the talent all along the mission, since all those guys, the talent, the recruiter, the mentor, they will receive up to 100% of the commission if they're successfully delivering what is expected by the client. So let's say that at the end of the mission, the client is satisfied only at 80% rate. Then the team of the talent, the recruiter, and the mentor will receive 80% of the commission, and the 20% remaining will be directed to the DAO, and it will be in the treasury of the DAO under the governance of the community, with the idea that this money will be invested for increasing the quality of the community through training, sharing of best practice, and all that kind of investment that can be done. So some ways to get involved in GoodHive at this stage. So if you are seeking for a talent, or looking for investment, or you just want some more information, just please contact me. I'll be more than happy to answer you. We are releasing the MVP this month, so we are really starting, and we already have a lot of interested clients. If you are just looking for either a job, or you want to know more about us and be involved, you can enter one of our quests. The quest, it will be you can get some rewards out of it, like some referral bonus. You can have access to our airdrop list. You can be whitelisted. You will have some advanced governance privilege since you enter into that quest. If you're a talent, you will have a priority in the role selection once you will be in the community, and you will also have access to one of our NFTs. So either the Scout NFT for those who are not IT talent, or the Pioneer NFT for those who are IT talents. This Pioneer NFT is limited to 100 slots only. So yeah. Okay, that's the NFT that you can see, dedicated to the Pioneer. Here are my contact information. If you if you can scan that code, you will have access to that presentation. Just to let you know, the last page is a record of all the links I've been talking about. And here you have my information. You can call me, text me. I'll be glad to help you find your first job, or to give you some more information about about Good Hive or the market. So thank you very much for your kind attention. I've been a bit more than expected. Sorry for.
No, it's fine. It was very interesting. Thank you so much, Benoit. Thank you so much. So yeah, we can move to the Q&A part. If you have any questions, you can activate your mic and your camera as you want, or you can ask through the chat. Yeah, Arié?
Yeah, I have a question. First of all, thank you, Benoit. That was very enriching and interesting. So my question is, what advice would you give to young people today who are discovering this word, the word of cryptocurrency, and wants to know more without necessarily becoming an expert? But where should we start, knowing that there is so much information to know from various
Yeah.
fields,
So
IT and so on? Yeah.
yeah, I think it's the first point of the point of access that I've been describing is the events. So if you look there, so I've been listing the Web3 event here. Join them. That's the best way to. Oops. That's the best. Excuse me. I think okay. Okay, that's the best way to access the market. And so this is the first thing that I recommend.
This is a blockchain demo.
Okay, sorry, I'm clicking on the wrong.
No problem.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. Then there's a training. It's if you want to get a better access to a quicker access to the knowledge and to have a broad view of the ecosystem. I think to get a 10 weeks training is something really interesting to get well to be effective on this in this ecosystem.
And going back on thank you for your answer. And going back on one of your last slides, what is the DAO about?
The DAO.
Yeah. What does it stand for?
Yeah, so it stands for Decentralized Autonomous Organization.
Okay. And what you mean by the funds would go to the DAO?
So the funds going to the DAO means, in fact, it's a DAO is a smart contract that is run on the blockchain. And attached to that smart contract, there's a treasury. So there's a fund. So all the money that is made through the platforms goes to that DAO. And the smart contract is moved by a multi-signature wallet. So, and that means to be able to move that money, to make some investment, you need to get the approval of the rest of the community, because the governance of that wallet is community based. So it allows us to create many. It's really interesting because you can build upon that many different kind of rules of how to move the money. It's a very interesting field in the corporate governance. If we can say corporate, because here it's no more corporate, it's DAO.
Yeah.
But it can also be used at a larger scale, like managing a city or managing a state. I personally think that it's the future of democracy.
So last question. So you, as the founder of this project, will need the approval of the one who will hold your token to move on a potential future project. Is that right?
Can
So
you?
yeah, I will try to be more clear. So you, as the founder of this project, will need the approval of the one who holds your token to move on a project. How does it work? By a voting right? By
Sorry, it's still not clear. So,
Adam, did you get my question?
no, I don't really get your question.
Adam,
Can
did
you
you?
formulate it differently?
Yeah, let me think about it. I will go back. I will go back on it. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Any other question?
We had one in the chat. It was a Raffler asking, how you considering an airdrop for the early good adopters, and he also had said, if I understand, the clients will be the validators inside the DAO. Like two questions.
Yeah, that was my question actually. The second one
Okay,
was my
sorry.
question. Yeah. No,
Okay,
that's Raf's question, but it's in link with mine.
okay.
Okay. So yeah, we are considering an airdrop for the early good Hive adopters. That's a way to reward them to get involved from the beginning. We have in our so the tokenomics of the token is not completely finalized, and we don't want to finalize too quickly because there was many projects who failed because of their tokenomics. So we want to have a maximum of advice before launching it. And on top of that, we don't think it's useful to launch it too quickly, too early, because the first thing is to get market adoption. And after you will have market adoption, this token will be released. And in our forecasted tokenomics, we want to have 15% of the token supply dedicated to the DAO. So that means there's a large part of this supply that will be dedicated to the airdrop. So the second question is, the client would be the validator inside the DAO. In some ways, but they are not the only validators. So in the client, they will give their level of satisfaction at the end of every mission, which will trigger the payment of the commission to the team that participated to the matching process. So in that way, they will be validators. But otherwise, for the DAO, most of the power of the DAO will be in the hand of token holders, and most importantly, in the hand of talents themselves. The idea is to really create a DAO dedicated to the IT talents of the Web3. We want a community of doers who are excellent for the clients, and who are doers in the sense that what we want to do, if I can show you our here the illustration of Good Hive. So if you see the illustration, there is a client here bringing some honey to. In fact, it's a representation of a mission to the hive. Here you can see the community who is ready to size a mission and to make some proposal for a recruitment. And below them there is a governance. So there is the DAO who is in charge of first the values of the community and the mechanism of the the model of compensations that we use is completely under the control of the DAO. And the idea is that this DAO, after a certain level, in the beginning, they will cover the needs of the protocol for development of what we need to be fully operational. But on a later stage, we will be able to sync to some other project. And the idea is that the treasury of that DAO that is controlled by doers will be available to finance some common ideas decided by the DAO. So here it's like building a pyramid or making the Earth greener or getting a colony on Mars or anything. So I hope this is answering a bit better to your question.
Thank you. It's very clear.
Yeah, it does. Thank you.
Any other question?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I think so. Any other questions? Okay. Okay, we don't have any other questions. So yeah. So thank you, Benoit. Thank you so much. Thank you for this presentation. It was
Thank you very much.
very clear and very straightforward. Thank you so much. Thank you all for attending these events, and thank you again, Benoit. Thank you, Arié.
Thank you, Benoit. Thank you all.
Yeah, thank you very much for this invitation and the opportunity to showcase GoodHive as well as the market. I hope you will have a great career in the ecosystem. Once again, it's really interesting to get involved, and I have to congratulate you to have this will to get involved. And finally, if you want to enter our quest, just drop me a message, and I will send you the quest as soon as they are ready.
Okay, thank you. And also,
Thank you.
if you have some interest to join the society or some question about the expected or past events about the Q Society, you can contact us through LinkedIn or Instagram if you want for the participants. So thank you so much. Thank you so much to everyone.
Thank you, guys. Good evening.
Goodbye.